Okay, so let's proceed and continue. Number 29. All right. So, a nurse is teaching a patient on how to mix your regular insulin and your NPH in the same syringe. So, I have discussed this to you. Tama? It is your type of your cocktail. Which of the following action, if performed by your patient, indicates the need for further teaching? Mali. Okay? Is it letter A? You withdraw your regular insulin first. You withdraw your MPH first. Inject an amount of air equivalent to the desired dose of your insulin. Or inject air into your insulin NPH first. So, di ba? You remember you have your two vials. Kung magkakaroon kayo ng cocktail, kung if you need 10 units, you have to inject air. Okay, magwi-withdraw muna tayo ng 10 units ng air doon sa inyong syringe. But yung pinakauna nyong lalagyan ng air, if this is your cloudy and this is your clear, una kayong mag-i-inject ng air papunta po muna sa cloudy. The remaining air will be injected sa clear, but first that you have to aspirate is your clear, followed by your cloudy. Kailangan nyo lang malaman kung sino doon ang clear at kung sino ang yung cloudy insulin. So in this type of insulin, regular tsaka MPH, your regular insulin is considered to be your clear insulin, while your NPH is your cloudy. So knowing these facts, alin ang mali dito sa statement? Withdraw regular insulin first? Yes, true. Kasi siya ang clear. Withdraw NPH insulin first? No. Dito tayo unang nag-i-inject ng air. So, dapat dyan nakalagay, inject air. Hindi withdraw ng insulin. Inject amount of air equivalent to the desired dose of insulin? Yes. Inject air into the NPH insulin first? Yes. So, tingnan nyo. Another choosing between two opposite. Saan kayo unang magwi-withdraw? Sa regular or to your NPH? Una tayo sa regular. So, the need for further teaching is letter D. Siya lang po ang mali. Number 30. Number 30, your patient is taking insulin glargine. Ang insulin glargine natin is a long-acting insulin. 'Di ba? Tama ba ako? This is your long-acting insulin. The nurse instruct the client that the onset of your action will likely happen to. Pag sinabing onset, mag-start na po yan na mag-take effect. So kapag insulin, long-acting insulin, sila nagtitake effect, it starts 2 to 4 hours after administration. Yun lang, ang kanilang duration will be for 24 hours. Let's proceed to number 31. A private client or nurse visits a client who is taking Humulin MPH insulin daily. The client asks the nurse on how is the storage of unopened vials of your insulin. The nurse tells the client too, saan na nga natin ini-store ang unopened? We never freeze your insulin, everyone. Hindi din natin yan ini-store sa room temperature unless gagamitin na po yan. We have to store it in your refrigerator. We do not put your insulin in your direct sunlight. Although kailangan natin ng dry place, hindi natin kailangan yung may sunlight because nasisira ang inyong insulin. It should be kept in the body of your refrigerator. So the answer will be letter C. So the answer will be letter C. Next, number 32. Which of the following cannot be mixed with any type of insulin? Nag-iisa lang yung insulin natin na yan, and that is your glargine or your long-acting insulin. So, hindi po dapat yan mini-mix. So, the answer in number 32 is letter A. Number 33. A client with acute exacerbation of bronchial asthma is admitted to the hospital for treatment. Which drug used to treat clients with bronchial asthma has a both anti-inflammatory immunosuppressive effect? Sino na nga po sila? These are your corticosteroids. So, sinong corticosteroids natin in the option? Si gold sodium thiomelate, acitrupium, prednisone, daltasone, or naproxen. The answer is letter C. Number 34. To which of the following medication will alert the nurse in informing the doctor when this drug is seen on the list of current medication of a hospitalized patient due to asthma attack? Anong problem with your Asthma is your bronchoconstriction. So, kanino tayo dyan magtitake in consideration? That is for a patient receiving beta blocker. So, sinong beta blockers natin sa lista? Any o LOL medication. Sino sila doon? This is your carvedilol. Okay? So, ang isardil nyo sa vasodilator. Sinefedipine ninyo, this is your very nice drugs, 'di ba? Your VND. You also have your aspirin, which is your anti-platelet. So the answer is 34, letter A. Number 35, an order is written to start an IV on a 74-year-old client who is getting ready to go to the operating room for a total hip replacement. What gauge of catheter would best meet the needs for this client? Anong sabi na nga natin? For any patients who have to undergo procedure, the best IV cannula size will be gauge 18. Anong kulay na nga nito? This is green. Anong kulay ng gauge 20 for adult? This is pink. Yung gauge 24 is for your pediatric and that is color yellow. Yung mga butterfly usually ginagamit yan sa hard to insert individual. Okay? Number 36. The nurse is about to administer albuterol, Ventolin 2 puff, and yung budesonide Pulmicort turbohaler which is 2 puff by a metered dose inhaler. So, gumagamit tayo ng MDI. Wait lang. Saan na ba? Nawala ko. Okay. So, gumagamit tayo ng 2 puff. Isang albuterol, tsaka isang budesonide. By emitter dose inhaler, which is your MDI. The nurse plan to administer by alternating with single puff each, starting with albuterol, albuterol inhaler first, then the budesonide, alternating with a single puff each, starting with budesonide and budesonide inhaler first, then albuterol. You have two types of your puff. Isang albuterol which is considered a bronchodilator. While your budesonide, zone, this is your corticosteroid. Anong ruling natin kapag may dalawa tayong puff? Uunahin ang bronchodilator followed by a corticosteroid. Pero kung ang order is 2 puff, then 2 puff muna. And then, 5 minutes in between the other types of medication, 2 puff. 1 puff in between. So, hindi ka dapat magsi-single puff yan because the answer is 2 puff. And this one makes the option wrong. Alternative with single puff, wrong. Diba? 2 puff of the same medication muna. Sinong unahin natin? Budesonide or albuterol? So, unahin natin ang bronchodilator. So, unahin si albuterol. Number 37, the nurse is preparing to administer an oral medication and wants to ensure rapid drug action. Which form of the medication will the nurse administer? All of these, your capsule, enteric-coated tablet, and liquid suspension are all both oral preparation. Pero sino may pinakamabilis sa kanila? It will be your liquid suspension. Pinakamatagal will be your tablet. Okay? Number 38. The nurse is teaching a patient who will be discharged home with a prescription of an enteric-coated tablet. Which statement by the nurse indicates understanding? So, in short, tama ang statement. Is it A? Do you crush your enteric-coated tablet? So, the word crush alone make the option wrong. I should consume acidic food to enhance absorption of the medication. Pag enteric-coated yan, ang need nating environment is alkaline. So, you don't need to consume acidic food. Or C, I should expect a delay in the onset of the drug effects after taking the tablet, possibly. I should take this medication with high foods to improve its action, not necessarily high food. Kaya siya naging enteric-coated because we wait for a specific environment for the medication to be liberated in the alkaline environment which is in your intestine. So, magkakaroon tayo ng konting delay of the action. So, the answer number 38 is C. 39. The nurse is reviewing medication information with your nursing student prior to administration of an oral drug and knows that the drug has extensive first pass effect. Which statement by the nurse indicates a need for further teaching about this medication. Does your first pass effect means the drug may be absorbed into systemic circulation from the intestinal lumen? The first pass effect means the drug may be changed to inactive form. The first pass effect means the drug may be changed to metabolite and which may be more active than the original, or the first pass effect means the drug may be unchanged as it passes through the liver. Anong natandaan natin sa first pass effect? Medication will pass through your, especially once oral medication are being taken, papasok yan sa mga portal vein into your liver para po it's either i-inactivate or i-ready na po siyang maging ma-ready na yung inyong medication for elimination or maipasok ang inyong medication papunta sa systemic circulation, making your medication a little bit, ang bioavailability niya will be a little bit lesser. So in short, hindi siya magiging more active but lesser active. So the answer will be letter C. Okay? So hindi siya more active, lesser siya. Number 14, the nurse prepared to change your patient medication from intravenous to oral form and knows that the oral form is ordered to a higher dose. The nurse understands that this is due to the difference in what? Bakit na nga siya mas higher? There is the difference in your bioavailability or the percentage of the drug that is capable for its activity and produces effect. Okay? Next one, number 41. 41, the nurse is preparing to administer a drug and learns that it binds a protein at a rate of 90%. So in short, yung ganitong property ng drug is high protein binding. The patient's serum level ng albumin is low. The nurse will observe the patient for decreased drug absorption, decreased drug interaction, decreased drug toxicity, or increase ang effect. So anong sabi natin? Kapag ang inyong mga medication is highly binding with your protein, lahat ng mga gamot is nakikibind yan sa protein. Pag nakibind yan, yung mga nakibind na gamot becomes inactive. And the free drug, sila lang po yung capable for taking effect. But since ang albumin level natin is not normal because it is low, in short, konti lang ang protein na pwedeng bindan ng inyong gamot, making more free active medication available in the circulation. So, pag mas maraming free drug at maraming active drug, mas mataas ang drug effect. So, the answer in number 41 is letter B. Next one. Number 42, the nurse gives 800 milligram of drug that has a half-life of 8 hours. How much drug will be left in the body in 24 hours if no additional drug is given? So sabi natin sa half-life na babawasan ang concentration ng gamot by 50%. So ang half-life daw niya is 8 hours. Sa loob ng 24 hours, ilan na lang ang matitira? So in number 42, mag-start tayo sa ilang 8 hours meron sa 24 hours. So divided by it by 8 hours, meron kang 3 hours na 8 hours. Okay, 3 times na 8 hours. So sa unang 8 hours, ang meron ka is 800 milligram. So like for example, ibinigay natin ng 8 a.m. The next one ng 8 will be 4 p.m. So 800 divided by 2, that will be 400. Okay? The next one is by your 12 midnight. So 400 divided by 2, that is 200 milligram. Okay? So 24 hours, babalik tayo ng 8 a.m. Ilan na lang? 200 divided by 100. Okay? So, ito yung first 8 hours, second, and then your third 8 hours, completing your 24 hours. So, the answer will be 100. Okay? So, nung 8 a.m., 800 pa yan. Yung pangalawa mo is 400. Una, 400. Pangalawa is 200. And then, pangatlong 8 hours mo is 100 na lang. So, the answer will be 100 milligram. 43. The nurse understands that the length of time needed for the drug to reach the minimum MEC concentration is what? Sabi natin, not necessarily maximum, minimum pa lang, nagtitake effect na yung drug natin. That is your onset. Pag sinabi nating peak, that is your maximum. Okay? So number 44, Which statement best describes or indicated the nurse understand the meaning of your pharmacokinetic? Pag pharmacokinetic, it is what the body do to the drug. Okay? So in short, anong ginagawa ng katawan doon sa drug? And that happens from one system to another, from your circulation to different tissues hanggang sa ma-metabolize ng liver until ma-excrete niya ng inyong kidneys. And that happens during different various body compartments. It involves the study of physiologic interactions of the drug. This is the drug strength. It explains interaction between various drug, that is drug to drug. It explains adverse reactions to the drug. These are still your pharmacodynamics. So the answer in number 44 is B. Your patient with asthma is taking theophylline. Which product should the nurse avoid consuming? Ang theophylline po natin is a form of adrenergic medication. Ang ginagawa po niyan is increases your bronchodilation. So kung nagbo-bronchodilation yan, meron po yung sympathomimetic effect. Sympathetic. Anything sympathetics is increase ang activity. So if everything is making your activity increased in the body, kailangan mong i-avoid ang mga foods that has also a stimulant effect. Mayroon silang stimulant effect. So between the four options here, ang may stimulating effect natin is your caffeine. So the answer number 45 is A. Number 46, the doctor writes an order for a medication and the nurse notes the order says to administer 12.5 milligram per RM, and the pharmacy dispenses the nurse with 6.225 milligram. How many tablets will the nurse administer and what medication administration right is the nurse assessing? So we have to follow your formula, the desired over what is on hand. Okay? Ang desired natin is 12.5 milligram. What is on hand? Ang binigay is 6.25. And that will give you how many tablets? 2 tablets. So hanap kayo dyan na may 2 tablets. It is either your A and your B. Yung 2.5 nyo, hindi na. Now, what is the right of medication that is being observed? Is that evaluation or dose? It will be dose. So the answer is letter B. 47. The patient chart includes an order that read as follow. Lanoxin, 250 microgram once daily at 9 o'clock. Which action by the nurse is correct? Is this type of order complete? Tingnan nga natin. The nurse gives the drug via transdermal route. Meron bang nakalagay na transdermal dito? Wala. The nurse gives the drug orally. May nakalagay ba dyan na per orem or orally? Wala din. The nurse gives drug intravenously. Naka-IV ba tayo? Wala namang binanggit. The nurse contacts the prescriber to clarify the dosage route. True. Do not assume if there is nothing written in the order. Ask the prescriber or your medical practitioner. Number 48. The nurse works in your NICU, neonatal intensive care unit. The doctor orders digoxin, 6 microgram per kilogram per day, IV in 2 divided doses, to be given to one of the nurse's patient. The patient weighs 7 pounds, then calculate the amount in microgram. The nurse will give per dose. How much? So, ilan po ang kailangang ibigay ng inyong nurses? So, we have to compute for the dose. So, eto ang gagamitin natin is Sir Clark's rule. Gagamit tayo ng weight ng patient mo. So, let's proceed with your computation. Saan na ba yun? So, ang order ng doctor is, kailangan daw siya ng 6 microgram per kilogram per day. IV in 2 divided doses. So, kailangan natin mahanap muna yung kilo ng patient ninyo. According to the problem, the given is 7 pounds. So, your 7 pounds should be converted into your kilogram. Since naka 7 pounds yan, you have to divide this with 2.2. So, if you have to divide, where's the calculator? Ayan. So if you have to divide 7 divided by 2.2, the answer will be 3.18 kilogram. Okay? Kung 3.18 yan, then you have to calculate now the dose in 24 hours. So you have to divide the dose in 24 hours. So may 6 microgram daw tayo per kilogram, which is 3.18 kilogram. So ilan po yun? 6 times 3.18, and that will be 19.08. Okay, that is 19.08 microgram. Kaso, the question is in 2 divided doses. Kung 2 divided doses yan, this is good for 24 hours. So, divided it by 2, the answer will be 9.54 microgram. So, sino po ang tamang sagot natin sa option? 9.54. Kung 9.54 yan, 9.54 microgram, 9.54 microgram. Tanggalin nyo na agad yung may milligram na unit of measurement because this is already too big. So 9.54, this is 0.95 microgram. This is 9.5. The answer will be letter A, the first option. Okay? It will be 9.5 microgram. Next one. As the nurse prepares to administer oral medication, which nursing intervention is the most important to ensure patient safety? Anong ibibigay? Oral medication. Is it A, perform an assessment on the patient risk for for aspiration, crush and mix the medication to patient's meal? We do not do that, especially pag large amount. Administer drug on full stomach to avoid gastrointestinal upset. Pwede naman po yan. Okay? Administer the unpleasant tasting drugs with a glass of water. 'Di ba? Minimal amount of water lang. So, between the two, the best answer is, since per oral yan, make sure your patient can tolerate it orally, kayang maswallow. Kung hindi, at risk for aspiration and your patient doesn't have any good gag reflex, then it should be assessed properly. So, the answer will be letter A. And the last question will be, ang healthcare provider prescribes 1,200 ml of 0.45 normal saline solution to be infused 125 ml per hour. Ang drop factor daw ninyo is 12 drops per ml. How many drops per minute should the nurse adjust the flow rate so to safely administer the prescribed intravenous solution? 25 drops per minute, 26 drops per minute, 24.5 drops per minute, or 24 drops per minute. So let's do computation again. So let's check. So you have to infuse. Nag-order yung doctor nyo ng 1,200 ml of your 0.45 NS. Nagbigay na siya agad ng rate 125 ml per hour. And the drop factor is 12 drops per ml. Ang tinatanong natin nila dito is ilan daw yung drops per minute. Okay? Ilang drops per minute yun. You don't need to take it whole kasi meron na tayong rate dito. Pinasimplihan ka na ng doctor. That is 125 ml per hour. But since we are looking for the drops per minute, we need to convert your hour into minutes. So, kailangan mo lang i-multiply ng 60 para maging minutes multiply by your drop factor, which is 12 drops per ml. Okay, cancel it out. Ang matitira na lang na unit of measure mo dyan is drops per minute. So, 125 divided by 60 times 12. So, ilan po yun? 125 divided by 60. So, that is 2 times 12. Meron kang 25 drops per minute. Asan ang option natin na yan? So, 25 drops per minute. Let's take out the option. You cannot answer 24.5 because naka-drops tayo. Hindi tayo pwedeng mag-0.5. So, this is wrong. Hindi rin tayo pwedeng mag-round off kasi sakto lang naman siyang 25. And kulang din ang 24. So, the answer will be the first option, which is 25 drops per minute. Okay. And that ends your rationals for your pharma post test. So I hope everyone passed the evaluation. So if not, at least you have the rationals. You can always go back to this explanation and you can have do further research if it's still confusing on your part. Thank you, everybody. And